So we left off last week with Hannah and Michael getting it on like Teddy Pendergrass. So Michael, he's straddling um Hannah at this point. They just in a big, circle, a big ball of chocolate ice cream, and it is very enjoyable. And Hannah was like, Lord Jesus Christ. I don't know what is that. What that is? She ain't had that feeling in a long time. She was practically leaking. It was quite wow. So of course, all of a sudden, Benny ass show up, his hating ass, and he walks in on his mama. He heard some noises coming from the room, some noises that he ain't heard in a long time, a very, 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 very long time. So he walks in and he catches Mr. Michael on top of Miss Hannah, his mama. He's like, "No, mama, no, no, mama, no." Parents should be doing those kind of things. So Hannah, she's just so bearish. Hannah is just so freaking bearish. It's crazy. So we move on to the next scene. Candace and Jeffrey is talking, and Veronica had just left, as you know from last week. Veronica had told Candace that Veronica had told Jeffrey to kick Candace out right there in front of her face when they was having that amazing dialogue between each other, Candace and Veronica. And basically, Candace said, "Screw you, witch! I'm not going anywhere." And so then Veronica went out and called Quincy and said, "I know where he is. I know where she is, and she's there with a man. That's my son. All that good stuff." So, then cut to this week. Veronica, no, Veronica's gone. Candace is like, "What the hell is going on with you? She really pisses me off. Like, what does she have on you? Like, why are you so fretful? You're always fretful. You're always upset. You're always like going through some shit when she's here. Like, you're always nervous. What is wrong with you? You need to slam her ass." Quincy was like, "Look," not Quincy. Jeffrey was like, "Look, Candace, you just need to go. Like, what's going on with you? Like, then you make a phone call. How did you know about my mama and my daddy's? How do you know about that whole thing that went down with Maggie?" And she was just like, "Look, I ain't telling you shit until you tell me your shit." And it was just like, "Well, forget it then, bitch." So Jeffrey paying for Candace to leave and go to a hotel. So I'm wondering, is Quincy gonna get the chance to see Candace? But he probably just gonna beat Jeffrey up. It's just gonna be so sad. I don't want to see little Jeffrey get beat up. But he needs to send up to his mother. I ain't never seen no grown ass man so damn scared of their mama. That's your mama, boy. You should respect and honor your parents. The Bible says something like that. Yes, yes, you should do that. But at the end of the day, if something is wrong, it's wrong. You got to call that person out, whether they're your parents or anybody else in your family, any of your friends. Just keep it real. You ain't got to be all disrespectful. But, the shit that Veronica does, don't know how he does it. Um, so Hannah said, "Look, if you don't get your big fine chocolate ass up and walk to the door, hopefully Benny ain't outside waiting for you with a brick." So she walks Michael to the door. Benny comes out his room. Don't nobody want to see all that shit. Like, what is you doing, no ma? You my mama. Didn't nobody need to walk up in there and see that kind of stuff. Like, parents shouldn't be doing that kind of shit anyway. Didn't nobody wouldn't need to see that. You lucky I don't go across that street and bust his ass in the head. And I was like, "Excuse me? The hell you talking about?" He was like, "You don't need to be doing that. That's nasty." He was just real stank and real disrespectful. Let me tell you something, Benny. That woman has been through hell and back with your smug ass, okay? Hell and back. All right. They told her a long time ago to pull the plug on your ass, but she stayed there like the strong black woman that she is to be there for you. Okay, you was a vegetable. All right. They wanted you. They told them to let you die, but she stayed there. She kept hope alive. She kept her faith, and with along with Miss Crier money. You hear back today, you got the nerve to be disrespectful. That woman have been through hell and back. She deserves some good dick. Don't you block her that blessing. Hannah down there on the floor crying, upset, repenting, upset, and yeah, Lord Jesus, you know, I don't know what happened. I'm human. I got weak. You got horny, Hannah. Call it what it is. How the hell did you think Benny and Candace got here? Girl, bye. Preachers have sex all the time, I guarantee you. Hello? Hello? Shoot. All right, so Maggie, so they at the whole big campaign and moment, you know, where they're all where, you know, Jim Crow's running for governor a second time. And so, but Jim is not there because of course he's in the basement with Candace and the freaks. But Maggie and David is talking, you know, it's very awkward between them because they almost had sex. And then Veronica came in and, you know, whooped her ass. So she's like, hey, you look nice. And was like, oh, it's a nice turnout. I was like, yeah, I know, I'm good at what I do. I'm good. So then they was just like, where the hell is Jim at? They don't nobody know where Jim at. They've been calling, all that stuff. It's crazy. Nobody knows where's Jim. Um so cut to Celine, you know, she's dusting or being nosy. And then Mrs. Cryer come down the steps and be like, where's Jim? She was like, I don't know. I ain't seen his ass since the last time you seen him. And so she tells that Wyatt been drinking scotch. And, you know, he's asleep. So, Catherine, Mrs. Cryer, she goes up the steps and she bangs on the door. She was like, what the hell is going on here? Get your ass up. And he's like, no, I'm not going. I'm not going, Mom. I'm not going. It reminded me of somebody's mama waking their child up for school and they don't want to go to school. And so after that, Hannah's back at work. Hannah shows up. She's like, hey, Catherine. And Wyatt, you know, he's still laying in the bed. And they start to talk about Quincy. And Catherine doesn't know that Quincy is the father of Candace's baby who passed away or got killed, whatever. And so she don't know that. And you know, as we know from last season, Quincy and his boys came over and, you know, did some things. Well, I think it was just Quincy came over and beat the shit out of Jim Cryer. And Catherine was like, I've been waiting for somebody to whoop Jim Cryer's ass. He is so diabolical. He is so deceiving. He's so scheming. He's an asshole. And I've been waiting for somebody to whoop his ass. He was like, I like that boy. Hannah was like, you have no idea what you've allowed in your house. That boy is the devil. She was like, really? Well, I like him. Shit. And that's all that matters. You go back, you take your ass back out there and mop or something. You back on the job. Be thankful. Alright? So she goes back out there and mops and, you know, just acts like ain't nothing happened, pretty much. So the little girl Melissa came over that looked like Candace that Veronica hired to, you know, play like her and her son, to play like she's her son, her son girlfriend, which is Jeffrey. And she came over to the house and was like, look, Jeffrey was like, look, we're supposed to be there to arrive together. Like, you know, I was going to pick you up or we're supposed to meet each other there. And she was like, no, boo, your mama told me to come up here and get you. We supposed to walk in there together. So we supposed to be together. So they start talking, and she was like, look, I want the dick now. I want it good. I want it now, right now, right now, right now. Like, make love to me, like, before we go to this whole event, darling, because I just need it and want it. And Jeffrey was like, what part of I like dick don't you get? It was crazy. Like, poor Jeffrey. Not no damn poor Jeffrey. This nigga grown as hell. Stand up for yourself. So they're talking and all that, and basically she was like, she said some keywords. She was like, look, we have to keep doing it over and over and over again. And he remembers his mama saying that, pretty much saying that you have to sleep with the girl over and over and over again so that you can get used to it, so that you can somehow magically become straight. And so he was like, have you been talking to my mama? She was like, no. She got real nervous like. She was like, no, I haven't been talking to your mother. What the hell are you talking about? Like, yes, you have been talking to my mother. And he was like, let's go, skank. So they walk on out the door. Miss Cry is still trying to get Wyatt up. Wyatt finally up. He goes straight for the scotch. He told his mama to go to hell! Go to hell! It's right up in her face, and she's turning red. Wyatt, you ungrateful little bastard. All the stuff we've done for you. Wyatt was like, what? What have you done for me, Mom, huh? You got me out of murder, of killing a little girl? Is that it? Wyatt is losing it. Wyatt's just very upset. I guess he really looked up to his father. He really thought his father was a stand-up guy. It's the folks with money that ain't shit most of the time. So, he's just very upset and disappointed, yelling at his mom and telling him, I don't give a damn, forget you and that. I'll let your father handle this. He was like, good, I've been waiting to see his ass since 2 days ago. Where he at, mother? Where he at? So, he called Celine in there, talking about, Celine, get in here. That's the other whore. No, whore, that's not her name. Whore. Get in here, Celine. Get in here, Celine. So we get back to the event. Veronica arrives in this old nasty red coat and was like, hi, all. She kissed her husband, Jim, not David. Like, thanks for my subscriber who told me his name, David. So it was just like, look, hey, how you doing? And she was like, Maggie was like, do you have a problem with me being this close to your husband? She was like, I have a problem with you being in the same room with my husband. You are exceptional at your job. Now, bitch, go do it. Okay? Go do it. And so they tell Veronica that Jim ain't there no more. And she was just basically like, okay, well, let me call Catherine and see what the hell is going on. Before she walked out the door, she was like, bitch, I'm watching you. I'm watching you, whitefish. Don't pull it, bitch. Don't pull it. That was a nasty red jacket, though. Where did she get it? So, Candace ass, I guess they done got finished barbecuing Jim's ass. He looked the fool, like he done been dumped in the sewage. And so, he was just like, look, Candace, I'll sign the damn papers. I'll sign the papers. So, she was like, are you really? But what's the code word, though? He was like, Candace. She was like, no, what the fuck is my name? He was like, my goddess. Yes, that's it. Yes, Candace. Come on, Candy Cane. What flavor are you? She's a mess. I love it. So then basically he was like, look, I gotta sign the papers, but you gotta release one of my hands. She was like, okay, boo, I can do that. So she released one of his hands. He basically grabs her by the neck trying to choke her, but he's still connected to the whole electrocution machine. So she takes her heel and presses that, and he gets electrocuted. And she was like, you are so damn dumb. Like, you the fool. And so she was like, look, you got to call the bank and make sure this shit goes through and everything and approves it. Because you owe me 7.4 mil, all right? I was just like, okay. She was like, no, I know how white people work and rich people work. Like, no, you need to call and approve it. Your banker is your golf buddy. You need to call and tell them that you got this coming in and you need to approve it. This is a lot of money. All right, you're not going to go to the bank and do all this. Like, no, it's on the way there. It'll be there soon. So he called. He was just like, yeah, it'll take about up to an hour maybe to, for the whole transaction to go through. It was like, okay. Candace talks to Ward. Jim Cryer gets in the shower. It was like, you need to take a shower before you go to this event, boo. You got to look cute for the people. And she was just basically talking. It was like, I wish I could kill his ass for how he did me and what he did to me, But, I'm gonna get this money. And Ward was like, look, you need to leave town, Candy Cane. You done so much shit. It's like, no, I'm gonna stay here and rub it in his face. That's what's gonna fuck Candace up. She needs to leave town and just never show her face again. At least not around them, because that's gonna mess her up, I feel like. But she was like, no, I'm gonna stay and rub it in his face, and you keep nagging him, and it's like the Candace is trying to get her whole head took off. And what a pretty head it is. But oh well. It's like, girl, don't push your luck. Get your money and go. Hello, that's what I would do. You don't know me, you ain't never met me. Deuces, and I got my coins. What? Child. So he was talking. She was like, you know what? I want you to go straight, Warren. I want you to get your life together. Maybe get an education or something. When I'm gonna start a business and I'm gonna get this little program together, and I want you to be to run it with me and be there. I think War likes Candace a lot, like in a relationship wise. But Candace just, she ain't into all that shit. She just want what she can get out of you, and there you go. But I think deep down she wants love, but she's been through so much shit. She's just hard inside. Um. So moving on from that scene, Hannah goes in Amanda's room, and because what's her name, Catherine, told her to go in there and check on Amanda, make sure she up, because they all got to go down to this event. And so she opens the curtains. The room is dark, and there's blood everywhere. Can't Amanda is dead. Amanda is gone. You hear me? That thing was just as crazy as a best bug. So we'll see. I'm sure Tyler Perry do something like try to bring her back and keep her in the hospital or some shit. The way you ain't got to bring Amanda back. No tea, no shade, but you really don't. Like she's not that big of a character. She's not that strong of a character. She's just crazy for no reason, and it's just like, I don't know. She's a pretty girl though, and good hair, nice, good wavy hair. All right. Well, that was my review of Amanda's Room. The Have and Have Nots, y'all. I think this is episode 4. All right. Love you guys. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm Mr. Chalaki. Mr. Chalaki on Google Plus. Follow me. I'm at It's Kingsworld on Twitter. And I am Chase King was here on Facebook, darling. Yes, I am. Love you guys to pieces. Mwah. Bye.